A very important aspect of a computerized evidence application is the ability to search and retrieve information quickly, efficiently, and accurately. This is all possible in Evidence Manager. What we will demonstrate is locating a case file and an item using both the searching feature and also using the barcode laser scanner. Here at the Files tab, our first task is to locate a specific case file number. The number we're looking for is last year's file and is number 28 for the year 2000. So more specifically, we are searching for case file number 00-00000028. We bring up the search screen by using the search button on the toolbar. All we have to do is type in the 28 and hit the enter button. But because it's last year's file, we'll have to click the down arrow or use the page down key on the keyboard to change the year from 01 to 00. With the correct number entered, we use the enter key on the keyboard or click the OK button. The file number is located instantly. It's even easier to find a specific item using the barcode laser scanner. For our second task, we'll use the scan button on the toolbar to open the scanning screen. Now we can scan a barcode label. The label we are about to scan is a label from a knife. All we do is scan the barcode and Evidence Manager will go directly to the correct case file number, open the Items tab, and locate the correct item. This makes things very simple and fast for locating items and case files. The next thing we'll do is review our Searching tab, which is used for retrieving data and reporting. We can search and retrieve information from Evidence Manager in numerous different ways from the Searching tab. The first search we'll demonstrate will be a member search. Each item in Evidence Manager is assigned to a member. All we have to do is pick a member from the drop-down list. We can optionally choose all files, concluded files, or active files, and we can also set a date range or pick all the dates. For this search, we'll pick all files and all dates for Officer Mike Judd. After choosing the correct member from the drop-down list, we can conduct the search. Use the search button and our results are displayed. The results show all the items for Officer Mike Judd. A report can either be printed or previewed, and we can jump directly to any of the case files. We will close the search results and move on to the next search, which is the Investigator search. This search functions in the same manner, except we would be searching for all case files for a specific investigator. Remember, each case file has one investigator, but can have several members for the various items. We'll move on to the Charges search next. Each of our case files in Evidence Manager is assigned a specific charge. We can conduct a search on any one of these various charges. We can also choose which files to view and set a date range if necessary. We then choose one of our charges from the drop-down list in the normal fashion. Reports can be previewed or printed from those results. We'll now move on to the category search. Every item registered in Evidence Manager has been categorized. We can conduct a search for items by any category, once again using the drop-down list. Every item being tracked in Evidence Manager also has a current location, so we can conduct a search by location. Of course, there's no date range for this type of search. We choose our location from its drop-down list. Any items that have been disposed of in Evidence Manager can also be listed by their type of disposal. Of course, to conduct a disposal search, the drop-down list is used once again. You can produce a list of all items disposed of by any disposal method. The next search we'll look at is the Item Description search. For this search, we can type in any value to search for that would be contained in any item description. We can look for something as specific as a serial number or something more general. For example, we can type in the word bike. The search is conducted and our list displays all of our item descriptions that contain the word bike. We have found a total of 5 items. We'll close the search results screen and we're back on the Searching tab. The person's surname, business name, and address searches all function the same way, looking in our persons table for any person for any case file that would meet the search criteria. Next, we'll have a look at some diary date searches. Any item can be diary dated in Evidence Manager. We can produce a list of all items diary dated for any date range. You only have to set the date range and conduct the search. In this example, we have set the date range from the beginning of December to the end of December in the year 2000. We will use the search button to execute the search. We find that we have 2 items diary dated for this date range. If we scroll the table to the right, we can see the current locations for these 2 items. A report can also be previewed or printed. There's also a diary dating feature in Evidence Manager where you can define any diary date event and assign a date to it. The One Diary Date option is used to produce the listing for these events. In this case, we use the drop-down list of our events. The results will show all of the current locations for those items, so they're easy to retrieve from their locations for disposal. That's all there is to diary date searching. Our next search will deal with the case file status. This option is useful to obtain the status of a case file. The search is also available on the Network Remote module, so officers can find out details of their files without having to contact the evidence room. For example, we'll look at the status of case file number 850 for the year 2000. We enter the case file number and use the search button to view the results. This case file shows that the first 2 items are still being held in the evidence room. However, the remaining items have all been disposed of to an auction. We'll close the search results screen and look at the next option, which is the cash on hand report. Simply use the search button and the total cash on hand will be calculated and displayed. For the next search, we'll look at the case file log. The case file log is simply a listing of case files for any specified period. We have the date range set for the month of December 2000, and we'll take a look at all files. We use the search button to view the report. There are a total of 12 case files logged for this period. We also have 1 case file that has been concluded. We'll close the search results screen and move on to our last report, which is the case file summary. In this report, we also have a date range or period, and we have it set for December 2000 once again. This report shows a summary of case files for the period. Here's our 12 case files and the 1 concluded file. We also added 45 new items for the period and disposed of a total of 2. Our current total active case files is currently at 122. We have 3 concluded and a total of 430 items on hand at this time. And of course, we can also print this report. This concludes our overview of the searching and retrieving